So if we're looking at these, rational or irrational, first one, it terminates, it stops. It's rational. 0.816 terminates. It's rational. 2.515, 115, 115, so on and so forth. It doesn't terminate, and that's not the same repeating number over and over. It's a pattern, but it's not repeating. So that's irrational. That's an irrational number. 3/4, it's a fraction. Rational. Square root of 36. That is just 6, so that is rational. That's okay. Rational numbers also get to include those whole numbers and integers and things of that nature. Square root of 44, that doesn't have a nice pretty square root like 36. That is going to be irrational. Now, on the square root of 44, I know it doesn't have a nice square root. I'm going to want to look for a few nice perfect squares. So 1 squared is 1, 2 squared, 4, 3 squared, 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared, 6 squared, 7 squared, 8 squared, 9 squared, 10 squared. You're going to want to keep going. 11 squared. That one's a common one. 12 squared is common. 13 squared is common. 14 squared, not as common. It's nice to be familiar with it. But 15 squared absolutely is. And then after that, well, then it kind of starts to trail off. And we're looking at like maybe 20 squared or 25 squared. But these here, the first 15, you want to look at those and know that those are things that have nice square roots. So if I said the square root of 49, well, that's 7. It goes here. These things go together that way. Now, square root of 44, that's not one of these numbers on this list. So that's not going to be nice. And if it's not going to one of those numbers and it's not nice, it's irrational. That's like if I said, oh, the square root of 140. Well, that's not on the list. 144 is, 121 is, but not 140. So this is irrational. Make sure you're familiar with those numbers so that you can talk about rational and irrational and not have to really sit there and think about it super hard.